What is up, YouTubers? So today what I thought I'd be doing, since it is the end of 2012 obviously, I'm just going to go through the games that I've picked up for this year. A little bit of a warning, it is a very limited collection. I have not had a lot of time to pick up games this year due to the fact that I've had a couple jobs and work's really taken up the majority of my time. So I have picked up a decent stack of games for this year. It's not all of them, so I'm just mentioning the games that are noteworthy and the ones that I want to review in the future. So what I'll start with is Heavy Rain. Who wouldn't buy Heavy Rain? No further explanation needs to be made here. I've already got a review for it. If you want to check it out, it should appear in the box next to me, so you can check it out if you want to. No further explanation. So the second game I did pick up with my PS3, like I mentioned in that video also, I've just picked up a PS3. The second game I picked up for PS3 was the Prince of Persia trilogy. So of course this is the quintessential version to have. If you are to play the Prince of Persia games, this is the best version to play. So it contains the Sands of Time, the Warrior Within, and the Two Thrones. My favourite being the Sands of Time, hands down. It was just revolutionary. It revolutionised gaming, I thought. It introduced the whole foresee your future and, you know, escape your death kind of thing. So in that sense, it does really, it was a groundbreaking game and it didn't go unnoticed. So it's definitely my favourite. It has a lot of charm to it. The storytelling mechanics are really well done, I thought. Yeah, so all in all, it was such a great game. I'm so proud to have this in my collection. Second favourite would probably be The Warrior Within. A lot of people might disagree with me on this one. It was my second favourite. I did spend quite a bit of time on it during my high school years. So I do have a lot of nostalgia connected to The Warrior Within. I did not like the prince in this game. I don't think a lot of people did. The whole gothic dark tone that it's set in the game, it wasn't as up to the standard that the Sands of Time, you know, it was the standard to beat, and I didn't think it met that standard. But all in all, it was a good game. And Two Thrones, it was okay. It introduced the whole stealth mechanic thing, which it was quite a new concept. But yeah, I'm very proud to have had this in my collection. Future review, probably not, because it is quite daunting. It is 3 games. And there's probably a billion other reviews there that you can go watch, so probably not. What do we have here? Lollipop Chainsaw. Lollipop, oh la la la. Yeah. Anyway, I really like these kind of games. Suda51 Games. If anyone's never heard of them, they created Killer 7, which came out on PS2, and they also made Shadows of the Dam, which was a very overlooked game. I had a lot of fun playing it. It just fits so perfectly into that realm of, you know, the quirky characters, the B script, the sexual overtones, just everything. It was just, and it gives you some good laughs, you know. And I do like the main character here, Juliet Starr. I think her voice over actress, I think her name is Tara Strong. She done the voice for the Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, the Powerpuff Girls, and she's done a few animes and cartoons here and there. So all in all, it was a fantastic game. It had me in bits, this game, just on the floor, rolling, just in stitches. So basically you're playing as a blonde cheerleader with a decapitated head for a boyfriend. I think his name's Nick. But yes, if you like Shadows of the Damned, I most guarantee, I think you will actually really like this game. You know, the whole, taste my hot boner, you know. So it's got some really good laughs in here, so it's definitely worth picking up. Oh, what do we have there? Oh yes, it's the Final Fantasy 13, the limited collector's edition. This is quite a nice package overall. I'll just briefly look through it. I don't want this video to go on forever. So the things I got with it was this very nice lightning picture. It's not very big, but it's like a holograph picture, if you can pick it up at all. My camera can pick it up. It's a holograph picture. It was quite nice. You're also given this composer selected soundtrack. It's only 6 tracks on the full soundtrack, but they did include Yul's theme, which is my favourite theme, being next to Noel's theme. I wish they included the full soundtrack for this, but it's okay. If they did include it, it would have been a perfect collector's edition. You're also given, lest we forget, the actual copy of the game. So I'll give them the copy. You're also given these postcard thingamajiggies. So I'll just go through them just quickly. So here you have Hope, who I've stopped calling hopeless because that's what I thought he was in Final Fantasy XIII, just hopeless. But he's much better than this. Here we have Caius. I'm not going to spoil anything there. Sarah, who's our main protagonist. Noel, who with Sarah is the main protagonist. Here we have our heroine, Lightning. She looks rather epic there. I did like her costume design. And Snow. I really hate his dickhead hair. I really don't like his haircut. But anywho, and also given this really nice art book. It's quite thick too, with some really nice illustrations in here. I'll just flick through a couple of them. What are the most stand-up ones? So here you got a few Eidolons. Here you have the Shiva twin sisters. Here monster designs, boss designs, and you also have a nice picture of Kate Sith here. You know, the whole cat in the pot thing. Oh, that's rather nice. It's a picture of Odin. It's quite nice. So yeah, it's a very good book to have along with this collector's edition. I got it for dirt cheap, for like $30, and I couldn't pass it down. It was a late pickup because I did originally have the original copy, but I sold it because I totally finished it, 100%. So it was nice to have it back again. Final Fantasy XIII, I'll just wrap it up saying quickly that it was a very good game. Very, very good. Much better than 13. I think it was the game that 13 should have been originally. It tightened up the story, the gameplay mechanics, yada yada yada. So yes, the story was excellent. The non-linearity of the story is get away. Yeah, the ending is what shocked me about this game. I didn't see it coming whatsoever. And as much as I was upset, I will forgive them for the fact that they were trying to take a risk with the Final Fantasy series, because I do love Final Fantasy to death. So yes, they took the risk, paved the way for future Final Fantasy games, so I will not blame them for that, because it was a fantastic game. Moving right along, we have Dishonored. So this game is developed by Bethesda. It's quite a new development team from what I gather. It is a very good game. I have not finished it, so I can't actually say too much about it. I do like the time period that it's set in. I think it's set in the 1800s, during like the Black Plague. I'm really not too sure. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. But yes, I will go back and finish it because it is a cracking good game. A good mashup of RPG, stealth, and magic mechanics. So yes, I definitely will be finishing this probably tonight. Alright, so yes, I have multi-console games that I picked up this year. So I had Dead Space Extraction. Now Dead Space, I have amples of love for Dead Space. I absolutely love the franchise. I do own the first two copies here. Dead Space 1, Dead Space 2. These are fantastic games. I think, in my humble opinion, they are cementing survival horror nowadays. Because, you know, people say it is a dying genre. It's really sad to see that happening because I really grew up in that genre of gaming, so I hope it doesn't go away, and I think Dead Space is keeping it in check. I cannot wait for Dead Space 3. Moving right along, with Dead Space Extraction, it is a light gun game, using your Wii remote. It used full use of the Wii remote, which was really nice. The graphics are a little bit duller, but of course you have to expect that it is a Wii title. They don't have the capabilities that Xbox 360 and PS3 have, so if you can get past that one fact, you have here a very good experience on Wii. Definitely one of the scariest experiences on Wii. And it's a lot of fun. If you can go in and play co-op, if you have a spare remote, hell, get someone over to your place and, jam it on co-op. It is a lot of fun. Yes. Next we have Okami, which is a PS2 game. I'm doing a review for this. I really want to review this game because it is a very, very underappreciated game. I know the development team that made it, Clover Studios, this was their final game, and it's really sad because it should be the other way around. A fantastic game should make a development team make a new game, So future review definitely, so I won't discuss this. It is a fantastic game. Alright, next we have Devil May Cry, the HD collection. So this is pretty similar to the Prince of Persia trilogy. If you're wanting to experience Devil May Cry, if you don't want to go back and play the PS2 versions, which I have, this is the quintessential version to have because you have trophies or achievements and prettier graphics. Not much needs to be said about these games. I absolutely love Devil May Cry. Third being my best, my favourite. I still think it is the best so far. I'm not really too sure about this Devil May Cry reboot, but who knows, I might eat my words. So we'll pick that, the reboot up next year. Devil May Cry 1, fantastic. When it came out, it blew everybody away. Introduced the gothic atmosphere, you know, the swag characters. You know, Dante has a lot of swag, which we all know, the attitude, he loves heavy metal, yeah. Devil May Cry 2 was boring as shit. It was so boring. I think a lot of players will agree with me that it was definitely the worst Devil May Cry made. The environments were boring, Dante didn't speak much, Lucia was a boring character. The only redeeming factor that they had about Devil May Cry 2 was Trish, who they included. Basically the same as Lucia's campaign, just a different skin. But nonetheless, I did like Trish in that, so that's why I picked it up. Devil May Cry 3, no explanation. Best boss battles, best characters, just best everything, really. Next we have Deus Ex Human Revolution. I've just finished this game and I'm very impressed, I must say. It is developed by Square Enix, if you can tell there. So it's a futuristic game. I think it's set in the world in the year of 2006. I'm really not too sure. I'm sorry if I got this wrong. No, I think it's set in Detroit. Yeah, I think it's set in Detroit. I'm really sorry if I got that wrong too. But it is a fantastic game. You know, third person when you're in stealth mode, and first person, you know, because it is predominantly a first person shooter game. But when you go into stealth mode, it switches to third person. So it was a nice mix up of those two views. The story was kind of meh. Could have been better, because I think Square Enix are the masters of creating video game stories. You know, Final Fantasy, blase blase. But yes, the thing that made me fall in love with this was the environments, believe it or not. I just love the lighting effect that they use. They use this heavy use of black and gold, and it created such a visual look, a vivid look, and I was really impressed by it. And I do like the main character here, Adam Jensen. He was a cracker of a character, I reckon. I've not played previous Deus Ex games. I will get around to that one day, because from what I understand this is a prequel. But yes, I've just finished it and I do love it. Moving right along, we have Resident Evil 6. Yes, like I said in my previous video, I bought this launch day. Absolutely love it. Not necessarily the survival horror experience I was craving for, but still it was a cracking good game. With my copy I was given the downloadable maps. Here you have the what is this called? The High Seas Fortress, the Rail Yard, and the Catacombs. So yes, it was a good game. From what I understand, if you bought this online, over in the States, like from Amazon or something like that, you only got one of these maps, which is it pissed a lot of people off, because that means you missed out on two other maps, and you know, either way you missed out. But that's Capcom for you. Typical Capcom, DLC right up the arse. So I'm waiting for the patch for this, because I do find the camera angles really distracting and nauseating at times. But I have got a future review coming for this. I said I would, and I will. It's just the fact that it's 4 campaigns. It's rather daunting, and you know, they have their own strengths and weaknesses. So future review definitely coming up. Alongside with Resident Evil, I've got Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. I bought this launch day, paid full price. I wish I didn't. It really wasn't a good game at all. It wasn't a good Resident Evil experience whatsoever. I did finish it. It was quite short. It is fun if you play it online with other people. It is fun, but it was just a mindless shooter to me. I do like the returning characters, Ada Wong, Jill Valentine, rah. But still, probably my biggest disappointment this year. yeah, I don't think I'll ever release a game like this again, because I think they handed it over to Slant 6 Games, and I think they're responsible for the Left 4 Dead games. I'm really not too sure there, but no, I wasn't very impressed with that game. Moving right along, I picked up Silent Hill Downpour. I am a huge Silent Hill fan. I do have the whole collection. Oh, I'm missing one. Missing Shattered Memories, but other than that, I do have the rest. This was a good game. It was developed by a new studio, a new development team. I think their name is called Vatra Games. So there was another switch in development teams, but they did their very best work here. Not necessarily the best Silent Hill game, bar none. Definitely not the best, but they did a good job in this. A lot of technical errors, especially when concerning the autosaves. I encountered a lot of frame rate issues, so it really buggered up the experience for me. But nonetheless, I did like it. I've only clocked it twice. I know there's about 4 endings, I think, 4 or 5. But yes, it wasn't too bad, and I can forgive them for this. Along the topic of Silent Hill, something I will not forgive is Silent Hill HD Collection. I was extremely ramped and pumped when they announced that these two masterpieces right here were getting released in HD graphics. Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3. The very best, cream of the crop for survival horror. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was extremely let down, especially with Silent Hill 3. I encountered a lot of issues, non-stop issues. Frame rates, just froze in 3 parts for me when I was trying to get one achievement where you had to save less, more than 2 times. So it completely fucked up the experience for me, I think. I did like the inclusion of the new voice actors. I thought they were marvellous. Probably not Heather though, not so much. She sounded a little bit... Oh, she sounded heavily... Like, you can obviously tell that she was a paid voice actor, and she wasn't natural whatsoever, and it didn't sound like a teenage girl to me. Silent Hill 2 was fine. I do wish they would have included more mist, or more fog, because that is Silent Hill's signature, is the use of the fog and whatnot. So yes, please, if you will want to experience Silent Hill, do not play this version, please. If you're going to play it, where is my Silent Hill 2? Anyway, I'll just pick one up for reference. If you are to play Silent Hill, please pick up the original versions. PS2, PC, whatever. These are the better versions to play. You might be playing duller graphics, but hey, this was the experience that was intended for you. So there is there's 2 very distinct differences here. Superior, inferior. Superior, inferior, 2 different words. So yes, I didn't... that's what I thought about that game. I'll put you back there. So with the last of my Silent Hill games that I picked up Silent Hill Origins, or PS2. I've already gotten a lot of negative feedback about this game, especially when concerning that this was the first game that wasn't developed by Team Silent. So it was developed by Climax Studios. And I've only put in about 2 hours, because I just bought it last week. I've just put in 2 hours, and I must say it's not holding my attention whatsoever. It just doesn't feel like a Silent Hill. It's basically a wolf in sheep's clothing to me. I won't say I regret the time, but it's just not holding my attention at all. I will go back and finish it, because I don't purchase games and not play them. So I will finish this, maybe further into the week, maybe on the weekend where I have no work. But yes. I will reserve my judgments, because I have not finished it. And the final game I picked up this year, not necessarily the final game, because there are other games I've picked up, these are only the noteworthy ones, was Assassin's Creed 3. Now, so Assassin's Creed 3, I really like the case here. You can see, it's like a holograph looking one, metallic. It was really nice. With my copy I was given, just quickly, a passport, a Uplay passport. I think this is used for, purchasing extra content on Uplay. And I was also given, because this was the special edition, I was given the secret mission here, and the flintlock gun. There's a little bit of information here about the figurine, which is quite nice. I do have my Connor poster over here, my Assassin's Creed 3 poster. If you saw my previous video, you would have seen that in the background. So all in all, it was a very good experience. The ending I was kind of expecting. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't be able to predict the ending, but I did. So nonetheless, it was a good experience. I did encounter a lot of issues, though, technical issues. A lot of clipping here and there. There's a lot of times when I killed a guard and there'll be like their guns they leave behind, they were like suspended in mid-air, so there was some really obvious glitches here. This was their most ambitious game, including the story and blah 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 blah, because Connor is Native American, so that enough alone is ambitious, and the fact that it's set during the American Revolution. But yes, it was a fun experience. Not as good as these two games, really. Here. Not as good as these two games, Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood. But it was a good experience nonetheless. I will not put it down. I've only finished it once. I want to go back and finish it, but I don't have a lot of time nowadays. But yes, that was basically my collection for the year. Like I said, it's not complete. There's a lot of games I'm missing, a lot of games I'm wanting to experience, because I've just bought a PS3. I'm looking at expanding that collection first. So I want to know if anyone has any recommendations for me, especially when concerning PS3 games. Oh, excuse me. PS3 recommendations, please let me